Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Can You Refinance Your Mortgage if you are where and are thinking about Chapter 7 or Chapter 13? This is what it is. There's Christmas music playing on the background. I am exhausted, but I had this question. It was a really good question. I actually somebody that watched my videos put a comment online, and we were chatting via email. And then today I got the pleasure to talk to him on the phone, and he asked me this question. He's like, "So, say that I have the money to pay off my Chapter 13." Which, by the way, if that's your situation, good for you. I mean, there's not too many people that can afford that, can do that. So anyway, the point is, you're gonna pay off your Chapter 13. And can you refinance right after you finish paying everything off and you are out of the bankruptcy? You don't owe anything to anyone. You are free. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So the answer is yes and no. And here's the thing: if you are early discharged, let me repeat this. If you are early discharged from Chapter 13, we are good to go. You can refinance immediately, right now. Of course, go into a government loan like FHA, VA, you know, USDA. It has to be a government loan, and then you're set, you're fine, no big deal. Now, if there's a big if, they dismiss your bankruptcy, that's a problem. Because a dismissal is not the same thing that discharged. And I think that's a huge confusion. Lots of people gave us a call every day. By the way, for the people that don't know me, I just realized my name is Isaac.duenas. I'm a mortgage loan officer, and I work for a company called Nations Lending Corporation located just outside of Cleveland, Ohio. And today we're going to talk about the difference between in the mortgage industry, the difference between discharged or dismiss. Actually, I should say dismiss and discharged. Big difference. If you're dismissed, it's just like Chapter 7. What I mean with that, there's a 2-year waiting period for government loans and 4-year waiting period for conventional loans. Let me repeat this. If you file Chapter 7, then there is a 2-year waiting period for government loans and 4-year waiting period for conventional loans. If you file for Chapter 13, Chapter 13 is like a payment plan. You're paying all the negotiated debt for 3 to 5 years, depending on what agreement you have set up with the trustee, etc. Now, if you're dismissed from Chapter 13, that's just as bad as Chapter 7. I would say in some cases even worse. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to say it's almost as bad as Chapter 7. Again, I'm applying this to a mortgage industry where you want to buy a home, where you want to refinance a home. This is applicable then to you. Why am I saying this? Well, being dismissed from Chapter 13 means that you did not finish your agreement. So if you had an agreement to paying the debt off for 5 years and you pay it off in 1 year because for whatever reason you got the money from, by the way, that's a different story, but anyway, you got the money and you have the resources to pay it off, then your attorney says, hey, we're just going to dismiss Chapter 13. You pay everything off and you're free. You say, hold on, no way, hold on for a moment. You're not going to dismiss me. You're going to early discharge me. Early discharge means that you fulfill your agreement. You fulfill your agreement early. Just a moment. This is live. So somebody's walking around here. So early discharge means that you fulfill your agreement early. Dismissal mean that you've been kicked out of the program, kicked out of chapter 13. You didn't finish, you didn't complete it. You fail to complete and to fulfill the agreement that you agreed to. So that is bad. So don't let your attorney tell you, hey, you're going to be dismissed. No, 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 no. Nobody's going to be dismissed here. I don't want to wait 2 years to 4 years to do a mortgage. I want to be early discharged. So at the same time, if you get into a chapter 13, please take that commitment serious, because if you signed up for a 5-year payment plan, fulfill that commitment. I know it's extremely difficult. I know the statistics say the completely opposite that I'm talking about, that most people will fail that commitment of chapter 13. That's why they go with chapter 7. Um, but it's better that you go to chapter 7 from the beginning, that you go through 13, get dismissed, and it's just 2 hits on your credit anyway. Will show up chapter 13 dismissed and chapter 7, because that's what most people do anyway, or they don't. Anyway, it can get very confusing, but I guess I just wanted to explain there's a big difference between dismissal and discharged. And if your attorney has if you have agreed to sign the documents of dismissal while you were in chapter 13, if you're on time, talk to your attorney immediately. Change that to an early discharge. Explain the situation and be like, no, look, like, I have the money, I want to pay this off, I fulfill my agreement, you cannot dismiss me. I don't understand why attorneys don't explain these things very clear. This is something that will affect people's life for 4 years. Is a long time. Same thing with 2 years. Anyway, I hope this helps. What are your comments? What do you think? Have you had this situation, a specific situation, happen to you? Please put it in the comment section. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.